us now on Facebook?
Sarah, can you hear us on Facebook? If you have a chance to say so, please let us know.
Anyway, for the well, see here in Pennsylvania, we have township by township bag laws. There's places where you can't get a bag. There's places you can only paper bags. Right. So you buy a few things, and all of a sudden, like, there's no bags available. So anyway,
we had that happen to us. I think when we were in California.
Yeah.
That we purchased a few things at CVS, and then we had to carry each
a
item
case
home.
of beer, a bottle of vodka, a case of champagne.
If we had known this. So I started carrying one of my reusable shopping bags, and I just throw it into my luggage. And then when we get there, we inevitably either have to visit a liquor store or a CVS or a pharmacy or something to pick up some things. So I've got my bag there, and we use that. So
let's go back to number
11. Before traveling, check if you need any specific vaccinations. You know, some places when you're used to a certain climate and certain bacteria and certain.
Well, not only that, one of my kids' friends from high school, the father's goal was to visit every country in the world.
That's cool.
The vaccines he was taking, or how he had to go into the doctor like days, and sometimes he'd become quite sick from the vaccines and stuff. So anyway,
so you got to give yourself enough time. If you've got like a pretty crazy trip where you're going to some countries that may not have the same level of healthcare, and even just your body's not used to different water, different climates, different. What's the word I'm looking for without saying it? Even food preparation. So it's good to just go to, there's usually a travel clinic at the doctor's office that can,
the doctor will tell you what
they'll
you
look
need.
in advance to say, you should probably get, some kind of vaccine for this, or maybe not. So with that, number 13 for you.
Bring a waterproof bag or pouch to protect your electronics. I actually have these. They're inexpensive from Amazon. The same phone that we're coming to you live on, I put it in the pouch. I take it in the water. I take it on the boat. I take it wherever we're going when there's water activities to protect it. So every day at the beach with me, if there's sand and stuff like that, it just protects your phone. It
just protects your phone and your electronics. He also has a backpack that has a waterproof feature to it that he'll take sometimes.
Yeah,
you never know if you're going to get stuck in the rain. My luggage is not waterproof. I have gotten to destinations where it is raining very hard, and I've pulled out my clothes and they're a little damp.
Yeah, but it happened to us this year on our trip to Germany. We got wet. We actually got wet in New York.
We did. It was.
And I literally opened my bag. I opened my suitcase in
Frankfurt.
And all my clothes were wet, and there was water in my suitcase.
Yikes! There you go.
What are you gonna do?
Yeah, hang it up. Yeah, hang it up, and you find something else to wear that day. Number 14 is be flexible with your itinerary to allow for spontaneous discoveries. Absolutely, highly recommend.
You know where that really plays into, especially going to a foreign country, and if you don't know the language, and this happened to us in a couple places. All the names, if you don't speak the language, all the names sound alike.
Or they look similar. They look like they have similar spelling. So
it can happen in the United States. Kennedy Johnson, Franklin.
If you're in Atlanta, it's like I said, Peachtree Drive, Peachtree Lane, or Peachtree.
So you might decide to go to the most touristy thing before you get there, and then you find out once you get there that
not as close as you.
Well, or it's like Pat's and Gino's. There might be a better place. There might be, if you're at the Liberty Bell, you wouldn't walk to Pat's and Gino's, and you want to go to the art museum, you wouldn't walk between those distances.
It's a ride.
But if you were at the Liberty Bell in Philadelphia, it's feasible to walk to the art museum and stop someplace at Reading Terminal Market, maybe in the middle, to get a cheesesteak. That's changing your itinerary, whether jumping in a cab or Uber and going down there.
It's going to take a little longer, but you're going to have a great meal.
Well, I don't know. It would take a lot longer to go to Pat's and Gino's than it would just stop and change your itinerary, go the other way. So anyway.
So true. But anyway, number 15, brush up on basic phrases in the local language to facilitate communication. I mentioned it yesterday. Just when I was in Paris, I tried to, as often as I could, just speak French when I walked into a location. They knew pretty easily that I didn't actually speak French as a first language, so they would quickly switch to English for me.
And they
I guess I'm not very good at bonjour, but
and it's also
it's polite.
your phrases don't convert all the time.
Yeah.
Like you might, hey, can I get the check? Is what we might say here. It's you don't say that.
Check, the bill, slightly different variations of wording.
They
So
really-
just learn a couple of phrases that you think you might use.
Yeah, most foreign countries, I drink vodka rocks, and I order vodka and ice, and it's very difficult for them to understand that. Yeah. But
That's an interesting one.
what's that?
Number 16 for Gus.
Be aware of local scams and take precautions to avoid falling victim to that. This actually happened to Ashley's son in New York City. If you ever see the guys and girls who are pushing music videos,
They're selling CD. Was it a CD?
Well, they're giving
or
the
something?
CD to
They're
you.
giving it to you.
They're giving it to you, and then they're expecting
they're
you to pay
like, yeah,
$15,
you're
$20, and you're like, no, and they don't.
And then when your wallet's open because you now feel like you've entered into an agreement.
Yeah, you have to give me more money, or else.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
Ashley's son fell
So-
victim of this in New York City.
It was like last year, 2
last
years
year,
ago. It was a shame, but in the scheme of things, it wasn't that much money, and he was safe. So,
Yeah.
But it was a lesson learned for sure. Let's see. Number 17, bring a travel-sized laundry detergent for washing clothes on the go. I actually kind of do this.
You do this, yeah.
I do. So I like to run. I don't always know if I'm going to get a chance to run more than once or twice on my trip. I usually like to have my clothes smell like reasonable the next time I go, but I don't want to bring like 5 pairs of running clothes. So I either use the shampoo in the hotel, or I bring a small travel bottle of Woolite, and I'll just wash my clothes out and then let them dry for the next day.
Yes. All right, number 18. Wow, we did not adhere to this.
Ever.
Book your transportation tickets in advance, secure seats, and avoid last-minute hassles. We just got skunked.
What?
The boat tour in Chicago.
Oh, man.
We didn't buy our tickets in advance, and we
I
couldn't.
just didn't think that they were going to be sold out. I really
And you're a
didn't.
professional traveler.
I know.
I mean,
I'm like, it really wouldn't have been that difficult.
we make money traveling, and we
it was one of those trips where we were just very last minute about stuff, and I think I even kind of thought, like, if we can't do that, there are about 100 other things that we can do.
last minute
you're right.
mile long walk. Wait, not
Oops.
once, twice.
Twice it was sold out.
2 days in a row.
Nobody will
sold
be
out.
there on Sunday.
Nobody will be there on
Nobody
Sunday.
will be
Yeah.
there on Sunday.
There were more people there on Sunday than there were on Saturday.
They were sold out. So, whoops. Okay, number 19, bring a travel guidebook or download a travel app for your destination. This is a really great idea, especially if you've never been there before. It's also a great idea just to have, a map. I know it's great to have Google Maps. It's great to have, but just to have a sense of, hey, we're planning to start over here and end over here and then come back to here. Good to know that in advance instead of trying to figure it out while you're going. So,
And number 20, and then we'll get to the bonus tip. Number 20, before leaving, inform a family member where you're going, give me an itinerary, let them know. Ashley still does this with her father. Her father is in his 80s, and he travels often. Like, Dad, let me know where you're going.
Yeah, I just ask him for his flight information because I don't want to ever have to need to know it, but I might need to know it, so I have it. So there you go.
You ready for my bonus one?
I'm ready for your bonus. I'm excited.
You know this one.
Okay.
Bring a bathing suit.
Oh.
Always bring a bathing suit.
That's a good B.
Yeah, just because you never know if you're going to get invited to go in the hot tub on the yacht.
I'm still waiting. No.
Quick jump in the ocean.
So this is a good one. Your bathing suit or bikini or whatever B you'd like to use, it does not take up that much space. Yes, I'm sorry. I put my hands down. It does not take up that much space in your luggage. And Gus is right. Your hotel may or may not have a pool or a hot tub, but there may be another opportunity where there's a swimmable pond, swimmable lakes. Somebody says, "Hey, come over to my house and let's, use the pool."
You're up skiing and there's a hot tub. They chill out, and after a day of skiing, I mean, wherever you are, always bring a bathing suit. You like that one?
I like that one. That's a good bonus.
That's a good bonus one.
That's a great bonus.
All right.
Cool. Hey, thanks for joining us.
Until next time,
today.
we'll come back and
We'll come back with more tips. Keep in touch. Let us know if there's something you'd like us to talk more about.
All right. Have a great evening, everybody.
Good to be back. Cheers, y'all.
All right.